So yeah, I want to get in a few things about the Raymond Lewis, Dr. Raymond Lewis. When did you first hear of Raymond Lewis in your lifetime?
I think it was a kid, and you hear about, you hear all the OG hoopers just talking about basketball and all the greats, and, Raymond Lewis' name would always come up,
Okay.
as far as like the greatest basketball point guards in LA history. People always say Magic, the Lakers, of course. But then like Raymond Lewis would be the person that once somebody said his name, everybody in the crowd was like, ooh, you know what I mean? Yeah, he number one. He is the best player, to ever come out of LA, for what he was, for how he played. And then for me as a kid, just soaking up these stories and just like trying to like imagine what he played like, what he looked like, you know what I mean, at that instance. Because I never met him, I never met him to this day. But it was always like, he was like an imaginative character.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That like, I didn't know what he looked like, but the way people talked about his game was something that, for me, I wanted to chase that.
First time I heard of Raymond Lewis, I was in junior high school.
We heard about Raymond. We heard about this boy. They would call him Raymond. They would call him Ray Lou.
Yeah, now that you said that, me growing up here, of course, I wasn't around 60s and 70s, but I remember many people talking about youth like that, right? You guys have similar backgrounds being from the inner city of LA. Him going to Verb, obviously, you going to Crossroads, right? What made you go to Crossroads? That's the question. And then compared to Verb, or at that time, what made you, how'd you get over there?
Crossroads, it was my grandmother, she wanted me to get out the neighborhood, get in a better school, be able to focus on academics. You know what I mean? My AAU coach, he was the CMO at K-Swiss, they sponsored Crossroads. So he saw the point guard. He saw the point guard at Crossroads. And he was like, damn, Barron can play at a school like this. And so the high school head coach was from my neighborhood. So it was like all these things kind of mounting up and was serendipitous. And I got a chance to like visit the school, got a scholarship, you know what I mean? And my AAU coach, Thaddeus McGrew, he would take me to school, you know what I mean? My 7th grade year. And then like the next year, Carolyn Conley, Roper, she would take us because her daughter Crystal went there. So, you know what I mean? Every year was just a different adventure, you know what I mean? But it was, I say it take a village to raise a child. Like that was like a lot of people pulling for me, off the east side just to get to school.